What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poetry. You are here for another recap and review. This is Us, season 6, our final season. Make it last. Make the memories last. I think we can make it last. The final season, season 6, episode 1, The Challenger. Now, over the years, at least the past 2 seasons, This Is Us has been kind of like up and down for me. A bit challenging to watch, if I want to use a play on words. A bit challenging to watch for me over the past couple of years. The storylines were not grabbing me in emotionally. I didn't care about a lot of what was going on. So I'm giving this last season a chance to see it through. That's what's going on, right? If you've not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. Hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified when all the videos post. You can also join the channel, be eligible for early access and other great perks on the channel. There's a join button somewhere in the banner underneath the video somewhere. Okay, so I didn't take notes. And I really don't think that I needed to. I had issue with the timeline switch in this particular episode. I don't know what it is. The timeline always switches. I think one of the biggest things about the timeline jumping to me that threw me off was the children. The very young Pearson kids are played by different actors. Those little kids, they're different people. There's a different Randall, that's a different Kevin, even though he looks very similar to the Kevin that used to play him. There's a very different Kate. There's a very different Rebecca when she was little. Her dad is even different when he is little or younger. Who else was different? The guy that Kate works with at the school, he's an even different actor. So that kind of threw me off. I was like, who these people? Harpo, who this woman? That's how I was looking, right? Okay. First of all, forgive my hair. I just cut another 3 inches off of it. It was looking really dysfunctional. And right now, I'm in the stage before I wash it to put it back in its natural state. Kind of like I blow dried it out so I can get, the cutations right. And I went to a professional this time, and this is still what it looked like. So it don't matter. Okay, so let's get into this recap and review. But those are the things that really tripped me out, was those people changed. The young Pearson children, the teacher that's at the school with Kate, and the young Rebecca. All those are new actors that are playing those positions. And I think that really threw me off. I didn't really understand why we went back to the time when Rebecca was pregnant. I don't see what the importance of it was. I mean, they talked about that Oreo Speedwagon song, but I didn't see how that related to the rest of the episode. Maybe because I don't know the words to the song. It's not an Oreo Speedwagon song that I know. I didn't know that one. And maybe I didn't really pay attention to the words, and maybe those words were actually playing a part in what was going on the episode. Because I saw no other reason to go back to the time when she was pregnant with her and Jack. But this is the Pearsons' 41st birthday. It is none like any other. Okay, Kevin is usually partying up with a few other little ladies on his birthdays. Right now, he at home with his twins. What the heck was Kate usually doing? Kate was usually doing something that had to do with food. Yes, Kate was going through her fridge looking at all the stuff that she couldn't eat. Everything that she had labeled, you need to throw this away. This has too much fat. This has not enough protein, too many carbs. She was looking into her fridge at those food labels. And now here it is, 5 years later, 6 years later? Because the Pearsons were, I thought they're turning 36. They were turning 36, so this is 5 years later. So here we are 5 years later, and now what is she doing? She still has those labels on her food, but it's labels for baby Jack and the baby girl whose name I just forgot. Oh my gosh, the name escaped me. But she has all their food marked on what's good for them. The puree, squash, and this, that, and the other. So that's the difference between her 5 years from then and 5 years from now. Back in the day, Randall, 5 years ago, was looking on the internet for his daddy, or he just learned who William was. And now he's looking on the internet and he gets an email about the guy who broke into their house at the beginning of last season. They caught him. Okay, now we saw all through last season how Randall went through this tumultuous period of PTSD on the back end of this guy breaking into the house. And now they caught him and he's about to be arraigned, I think later on that afternoon on his birthday. Usually all of the Pearsons are together on the birthday. Now there was one thing that I think it was last season that I had said, when Randall was able to connect with his biological family members, and he realized that and we learned that Randall was actually born on a different day as the twins. I had made mention that this, at that point, is starting to show the clear separation from Randall than with the rest of the Pearsons. And all through last season, at the end of last season for the most part, and this opening episode, Randall is once again separated from the Pearsons. The rest of the Pearsons, all the rest of them were in Los Angeles celebrating together. But Randall is with his family in Philadelphia. And I just, that was just one of the things that I brought up last year, that the separation between the families, Randall and his biological family, separated from his family, by name. And this episode made me think of that again because of the separation. In this particular episode, the Spaceship Challenger went up in the air January 28th, 1986. Correct me if I'm wrong. Go, if you're watching this, because I think you know the dates perfectly. If you watch this, remind me. I thought that the Pearson twins' birthday was Super Bowl Sunday. I thought Super Bowl Sunday was happening in February. Y'all football fans, y'all let me know if Super Bowl moves month to month like Easter does. Sometimes Easter could be in March, sometimes Easter could be in April. When I grew up in my childhood, Easter was always April 15th, or it was always in April, and then all of a sudden now it moves from March to April. And I only remember that it was April 15th because there was two twins named Jason and Joseph whose birthday was that day, and their birthday was always on Easter. So I don't know if the Super Bowl moves from January to February, but I do remember their birthday was supposed to be Super Bowl Sunday, which I thought was the first Sunday in February. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. So I do know that the days will change. Days of the week will change. I am aware of that. But I thought it was always Super Bowl week. I also thought that last season when the twins were born and when Kate's last baby was born, that was all on their birthday as well. And I kept saying, this is going to be the new big three because they all had the same birthday. They all share the same birthday. But in this particular episode, we're only celebrating the original big three's birthday, their 41st birthday. So correct me if I'm wrong on that too. Were the twins and Kate Jr., because I can't remember the baby's name, weren't they all born on their birthday as well? I thought it was. I know they're all born on the same day. They all share a birthday. That's all I remember. Okay, so who should I start with? This episode really was, I guess, the beginning to the end, as far as everything that Rebecca knows. Her memory is fading. It's fading and it's fading fast. Remember, she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I believe, or dementia at least. And she's starting to develop plaque on her brain. And we saw signs of that during this episode when she couldn't remember a conversation, a book that she read when she was little. She used to read it all the time. She couldn't remember what her and her daddy used to do on the train, things of that nature. So we start off with Kevin with the twins. Kevin has moved into Madison's garage. That really threw me off. Kevin has money. buku money. But evidently Kevin is still going back and forth to Canada to work on the set of the person, the independent film creator. He's still going back and forth to Canada to do that type of work. So I guess he gave up his loft he had in LA, and now he's officially moved into Madison's garage so he could be close to the twins. Okay, so he bring Madison the babies over because he has to go run and do something or another. I don't remember exactly what he was going to do. Oh, he had a meeting. He had to go run and take this meeting. So Kevin brought the babies over. Him and Madison seem to still have a very cordial, friendship or relationship with one another. It seems like, even though we know Kevin wasn't in love with her, he still likes her. It seems like he still likes her. And Madison has really kind of just moved on. She's planning a book club later that afternoon. So while Kevin is going to his meeting, he's going to come back after the meeting, go pick them up and take them to the birthday party, which really threw me off too, because he's taking the kids to a birthday party, but everybody's off doing their own thing for this birthday party. So he's going there, and he goes back to his old set. It's where he started in the beginning. And where he had the big blue up and he was on the Manny. And right now they've offered him a job to come back to the Manny. They're going to reboot it. He's going to be the dad on the show with two twins, Same way they kind of did with, was it In the House? Is that the one that Mary Kate and Ashley started on? Is it called In the House? Y'all let me know. Drop it down in the comment section. The same way they did that show. Okay, so he don't want to do it. The director, creator, producer, whoever, I got the hiccups. He don't want him there either. They go through their little spiel, their little rigmarole about what the benefits of being on the show is going to be about. Kevin don't have to go back and forth to to Canada. He can stay there and make $1 million a week. Whoop de whoop whoop whoop. The show's going to blow up, so they think. But he don't really want to work for this man. The man don't really want him there. Kevin said, nah, I ain't going to do it. Dude was like, phew, thank God. Okay? Thank God you ain't going to do it. So with that, he goes and takes the kids to the party. He goes back and picks up the kids. And it's the end of Madison's book club, right? End of the book club. And some guy named Eli's there. Eli and Madison are like clicking. Kevin feeling some kind of way. That's how he looking, like, why? What you here for? He even tried to walk the dude out with him. Okay, when I leave, then he can leave with me and this, that, and third. And he was like, no, I can stay here and help her wash dishes. They wouldn't be no bit more paying no attention to Kevin at all. So Kevin realized that he was being booted out. He had to go. He grabbed the twins. He go on his little merry little way. Okay, so we go over now to Kate. Kate is stressing that Toby is not here. And I was first at the point where I was like, okay, have they already broken up? Because remember last season, we saw at the end that she was hooked up with the teacher. So we wonder, has her and Kevin, that's her brother, has her and Toby already broken up? Well, remember Toby was taking that job. And so he's doing long distance things. It's her birthday though. He's stuck up there. He can't come home. He's only giving her like 59 seconds to talk on the dog on FaceTime. Say happy birthday and I love you and woo whoop de whoop de woo woo woo. Now, one of the things that he did do for her though, he planned for her a big day. He contacted Rebecca, Miguel, and Nikki. They gonna come pick the kids up. And then they gonna go on a train ride in the park while she has some much needed downtime. He hired her a masseuse. The masseuse gonna come in. And she was like, oh, that's nice. That's special. Okay. Right? So she gets her massage in and is feeling all lovely and wonderful. And her and the masseuse was talking about how she wished her man would have did some stuff like that from her. And Kate is grateful but ungrateful at the same time, right? He really does nice things for me. This is really special to him, but this is not him. He normally shows up. He normally does big grand gestures, not something small like this, you know what I'm saying? So she couldn't appreciate the moment or live in the moment because she really wants him there. After the massage is over, she gets a phone call. They need her to come to work on her birthday, right? Well, it's a good thing that the kids is already gone off with her mom and them, so she head on into work. She get there, and her boss is having an argument with his girlfriend, who is about to become his ex. You know, the dude has really, he's an emotional paraplegic, is what the way I like to call it. He doesn't have a real consideration for other people's feelings when he actually speaks. He tried to be quiet and not say nothing to this girl, just like, go on about your way, I don't want to hurt your feelings. But she was like, no, tell me how I feel. Tell me how you really feel. And he said, you're boring. Like, going out with you is like watching paint dry. I am not impressed with you. Can you move on with your life now? That's pretty much what he's saying. Now, Kate was outside the door hearing all of this going on. What is his name? Is it Steve? The jerk? I know she got him as the jerk in her phone. So we witnessed his breakup with this particular girl. And he takes her out there to go meet the kids. The kids that set up singing a song for her birthday. They're going to sing time after time. They could have did that on FaceTime. Okay, they really could have done it on FaceTime. Instead of wasting my time. You didn't know if I was with my kids. You didn't know what was going on for today. It's my doggone birthday. I took off work for today. But anyway, I'm coming in and they let the kids sing. I know I'm supposed to feel emotional about this, y'all. I'm supposed to feel so sentimental. We got blind children singing. Why are they acting like the blind kids don't have vocal skills? They can't sing. Like, something about their vision will impede their voice. I don't understand why this is such. Maybe if they were like Jack, who has hearing disabilities, and he's able to be a musician, maybe I can understand the wow factor for me. But just to have some blind students sing, like it's something that they couldn't did before. Maybe it's because it's a confidence builder for them. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe I'm cynical these days. I've been through a lot of shit, and a lot of shit just don't matter to me no more. A lot of shit just don't seem. I'm like, so that's how I feel about them. Okay, they sung time after time. They actually sound pretty good. No, got to give them to them. Kudos to the children. But okay, moving on. At the end of the song, while Kate was sitting there listening to them and she was taking it all in, she thought it was so beautiful. It was a big grand gesture, one that she wanted, right? Of course, he said he wouldn't have did it if the kids hadn't made him do it. But he's sitting there watching her, getting teared up and getting emotional. You know, watching her is not like watching paint dry. You know, and we probably would have picked up on that before. If we didn't know already that he was going to marry her or be with her in the end, we probably would have picked up on that too. But now we see where it all starts, where it's all going to begin. You know, the breakup of his relationship, the apparent attraction that he has or connection or, you know, interest that he has in Kate. It's going to all come full circle in a minute. Okay, again, now everybody going off to the kids' party. Randall, Beth wants to do her yearly, getting belt naked with my hubby dance, and he want to go to the courthouse. He want to go there and talk to this man, confront this man, tell him how much pain he caused us and how much, you know, therapy they needed to get through for what he did. When we get to the court, the man gets arraigned and put on bond, and Randall realizes that the man ain't all there. You know, he said he got holes in his memory. He don't even remember exactly what happened. The man still had a picture of him and Beth after he broke into the house. And he said, you know, he got holes in his memory. All he could think, he could hope for, because they were so happy in that picture picture was connected to when he was 100% himself. But since he didn't know, he just wanted to hold on to that picture for hope, because there probably could have been a moment in his life that he was good times. Now he knows that that moment in life was from when he was doing bad shit, you know. He must have been a drug addict, out on the streets, whatever. Randall felt sorry for him. So Randall tried to make sure that he got him home, shelter, food, and everything. And he went back and told Beth that he bailed the man out. And Beth is like, you done lost your damn mind. You always trying to be Captain Saver. But that's you. That's my husband. You are like one of a kind, Randall. Okay. Now, all of these things are actually going to still tie back into the shuttle takeoff. Okay. Of course, the man did not show up to a shelter, leaving Randall disappointed. But it also made Randall realize that there's so much more that he could do for the people in his community that are in the same situation as this man that he's not doing. So he wants to start making effort to be a better human being in this instance, right? Now off to the party. They're gonna FaceTime together. So we go to the park with Miguel, Nikki, and Rebecca. Nikki is going on and on and on and on about Sally. I thought that Nikki went to go find Sally. It's been a while. I just don't remember everything no more. But I thought he had went to go find Sally. Evidently he didn't. He been Facebook stalking her. He want to go and say something to her and say, I thought Nikki met with Sally. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't we actually see him meet with Sally or go to Sally's house? Did I miss that point, or did I make that up in my head? Maybe that's what I wanted for him. I thought that we saw it. But anyway, he said he just been Facebook stalking her. That's all he been doing. Okay, he want to see it. He think that his time is past. He don't know what to do, what to say. You know, he got his he carried his laptop around with him in the park. They got Wi-Fi connection like that. In the park on this train ride, they got Wi-Fi connection. What he do? Just screenshot, you know, her pictures, and he looking at her on the Facebook that way, scrolling through. Girl. Anyway, they get on this train ride. Rebecca was talking about how much she loved this train. Her dad used to take her on the train like that when she was little. Every time he went to work on a Sunday, he let her ride with him. And she was talking about all the different cars of the train, you know. And she could not remember what the last part of the train was called, which was a caboose. And she was reading a book called The Little Red Caboose. I don't remember that book. For some reason, I thought she was talking about the little engine that could at first. But I think I remember the title, but I don't remember the book. This was crazy because I remember almost all my childhood books. I know I had the little engine that could. The Little Red Caboose. That's probably how I learned what a caboose was too, I think. Anywho, but she couldn't remember the word caboose. And that's when everybody realized that she fading memory-wise. She was going through the entire day trying to remember that word. The entire day. She didn't want nobody to tell her what it was. She didn't want nobody to help her out, you know what I'm saying? It was just a weird thing. And Miguel and Nikki was just both looking like, damn, we see it. So it's like they knew already, you know what I'm saying? They already knew it. But yeah, she was trying to explain to Nikki how it was. She just could not remember that word. She's trying to explain to Baby Jack what it was. She just could not remember that word. Baby Jack talking now, y'all. He's like, yes, Nana. You know, he's talking now. So let's go back in the day for a minute. Back in the day. So, like I said, it was January 28, 1986, the day that the Challenger was going to air. Everybody's so excited about it. They finna watch it on TV in school. I do not remember watching it on TV in school. We watched a lot of political stuff on TV. I was 13. That was 8th grade. We would have watched that in either social studies or psychology, social studies, sociology. We didn't either watch it in sociology or social studies class. And I don't remember watching the Challenger go up in the air. I was 13 at the time, but I don't remember it going up in the air. I do remember the explosion. Okay, the teacher was so dumbfounded, or not dumbfounded, just struck with shock and fear that it just exploded up in the air. She didn't know what to say. She like unplugged the TV, and I think she left the room. Only thing I remember from those years, a couple years before, I remember when Reagan got elected. They did it at school. They even had us do a mock election in the 2nd grade. And I remember when Marvin Gaye died. My whole school shut the fuck down when Marvin Gaye died. I don't remember any type of activity happening when the Challenger exploded. So when this was happening though, you know, Randall and Kate, they both in class looking like, you see this? You see what's going on, right? And Kevin is sitting in the background like, la 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 la, do 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 do, right? So when they get home, Jack and Kate and Rebecca wants to talk to them about it because, you know, these kids have just witnessed somebody die on TV. They're heroes, these astronauts on TV, right? And at first the kids didn't want to talk, but when they finally did, Kate was like, they gonna be cool, they gonna be alright. They were so high up in the air, they going straight to heaven, right? Our fish that had died a couple years before, or whenever they died, they gonna be up there protecting them, they straight, right? Randall didn't have nothing to say at the time, and Kevin was like, can I get some more macaroni? That's all I'm saying. I'm hungry right now, right? So later on, Rebecca went to go talk to Randall, and Randall was just like, what's gonna happen to their kids? They had children. Who feeding them right now? Things like that. That's what Randall was thinking about. And, Rebecca was telling them, like, look, they got a daddy, that's probably who feeding them right now. And the Randall said, well, we need to send them some macaroni just in case. That's how he was. He was very thoughtful of a child at that moment. Kate was just like, everything's going to be all right. Everything's going to be okay. We're going to live in the land of make-believe. That's what we're going to do. Kevin, on the other hand, when Jack finally was going to talk to him, because they realized that he wasn't, like, emotional about it. Jack finally got him to open up, and Kevin like, I ain't tripping off that was fake anyway. It's on TV. It's like every other thing we watch on TV, it ain't real. So that's why he wasn't internalizing what had happened, right? So Jack was led to understood that he understands what's going on. He just intentionally putting up purposeful blocks so that it won't cause him pain. And they kind of took these type of ideologies into current day life. Kate goes around just pretending that everything's okay. As long as she could find a silver lining around it, she think that everything is going to be good. Randall cares so much, tries to do so much, try to take care of everything, everybody, and always ends up disappointed. And they fear that he's going to live a lifetime of disappointment like that. Always trying to help somebody only to be disappointed. And then Kevin is always pretending that it's not happening, that it ain't real. As long as he don't think about it, it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of things that they took into the current day life. So we go to the party now. Rebecca is still trying to figure out what the heck that last word was. To the point, she's thinking about it in her head. She's fading out in certain memories. And she finally has an outburst at the table. And everybody's like, what the hell is going on? Randall and them on FaceTime. Everybody else sitting at the table. And then she finally sits and tells them, okay, went to the doctor. We got the PET scans. And they said that my brain is building a plaque. So her memory is going more and more each day. But they still got hope that it's going to be medicines out there that's going to help take care of everything. Kate's still in her silver lining type of situation. But Kevin is like, she's really sick. This is bad. It's off. This ain't TV. This is real. You know what I'm saying? This is real. And like I said, Randall's realization was, shit, I gotta just find some way to help other people and help the big community as a whole instead of focusing on one person just being disappointed time and time again. If I have a more bigger population, I won't be as disappointed. Kate sitting there, again, upset that Toby ain't there. He comes home and surprises her for her birthday. And now she just like, she no longer has to live in the land of la-la. She no longer has to pretend or fantasize that everything's okay. He still loved me. At least he texted me. At least, did something for me because he's here. That's where she's at. Am I missing anything? Nikki, Rebecca said, look her, as she done told everybody what was going on with her, and then she just tell Nikki, look her, I need you to shut the hell up. You're getting on my doggone nerves. We're going to go see Sally tomorrow. And he was like, what? Nikki was like, huh? She said, look at her. Life is too damn short. Like I said, he getting on my nerves. He giving me a doggone headache. We going to see her tomorrow. Okay? Start living life like there's no tomorrow. That's what we can do, but we going tomorrow. But I think that's pretty much all that really went down with the episode. Like I said, Kevin decided in the end, because he went back to Madison's place after the kid, to take the kids back and put them in bed. This is when we learned he was actually living in her garage. Because in his mind, growing up, his parents were always a room away. And he wanted to always be that for his children. Being that they're divorced, being in the garage was the closest thing that he could be. But he realized that's not going to work because why? Madison has new interests. New people are interested in her. And Kevin is like, I still like you. And she was like, boy, stop. let's not do this. Let's not even do this. Okay, we cool. Let's just be cool. And when he realized that Madison ain't on the same wave as him, he was like, I think it's time for me to move. So he packed up and went back to Kate's. He moved into Kate's house. Well, it's probably going to be a good thing for Kate anyway, because Toby ain't there for real, I mean, he home now. He realized they kept it in the guest room, but for the most part, Toby ain't there, So, yeah, he moved in with them. And I think that about sums it up, y'all. I don't know if there's anything else that I'm missing. I don't know if there's anything else I need to connect. It wasn't challenging for me to get through this episode, but the producers had already said that this is going to be a focus on the simple things again. I think it's just, we were hoping for it to go out with a big bang. But yeah, I guess they're going to focus just on the small things. Because I guess even the little smallest things that matter, like the little book that she read, the Catcher in the Rye book that she read back in the day, just small things are going to be meaningful because Rebecca is starting to lose who she is. And I believe that the way that they're going to end this season is with her having a total memory loss. And the reason why I feel that is going to happen is because everything that happened from season 1 through season 6 is going to be completely wiped away in Rebecca's mind. So it's no longer going to exist to us. It's not going to even be meaningful to us anymore because she no longer holds on to that memory. That's what my thought process is. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Y'all let me know what you think. We will be here as much as possible on time with This Is Us. Again, thank you for being here. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.